Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today's video we're going to be talking about the Yoshi franchise, and then we're also going to be doing a review of Yoshi's Crafted World at the end as well, so stick around for that. So you can see from the footage we've got now, his first appearance was in Super Mario World in 1990. And then 5 years later we got Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. And this has to be one of the most remade games of all time. We've obviously had Yoshi's Island for the Super Nintendo, then we had Yoshi's Island for the Game Boy Advance, then we had Yoshi's Island for the Nintendo DS, and then on the 3DS we got Yoshi's New Island, which is basically an updated version, some new levels. So that's almost 4 remakes of one game that we've had. In that time, we also had Yoshi's Story for the N64 as well. I just want to focus on the mainline games here. I don't want to focus on things like Yoshi's Touch and Go or Yoshi's Safari. I just want to focus on the mainline games. So as you can see from this clip, we're just going to talk about some of the sales. So this is from obviously the fandom page. They are up to date. So you can see obviously Super Mario World 2, 4.1 million sales, which is very good. Yoshi's Story, obviously 2 years later, a little bit of a dip. The N64 didn't sell as well, so that probably tells you why they're a little bit lower, but 2.85 million, still pretty good. Then obviously we had the remake on the Game Boy Advance, 2.83 million. For a remake again, is a pretty good seller. Then obviously I'm going to skip through, like I say, I'm just going to stick to the mainline entries. Again, for another remake, Yoshi's Island DS, 3.36 million. So we're into nearly 10 million of sales just from one game and remakes of one game. Then obviously we had Yoshi's New Island. Like I say, it was probably towards the end of the 3DS's life, so wasn't maybe selling quite so well, but it was just like an updated version of Yoshi's Island. And then obviously 2015, the series goes into a completely different direction, and it starts to be developed as maybe like the junior version of Mario. It's like a children's entry version. I've absolutely loved the series from 2015 onwards. I think they've done it absolutely fantastically. Sales weren't great, obviously. 1.56 million on the Wii U. I actually think he's relatively strong for how poorly the Wii U sold. 15 million consoles sold worldwide, so that's not a bad attachment rate, to be fair. Now, the 3DS port, it's a real shame that that didn't do better. It was brought in way too late in the 3DS life. Everyone was focused on the Switch, so it's a shame those sales are so poor. And then we're into Yoshi's Crafted World, just over 2 million sales, nearly 2.1 million sales. Selling really well, just over a year old. I think we'll see even more sales coming into this Christmas period. And we're going to just start to maybe to look at some footage from Yoshi's Crafted World, and we're going to go into a review of Yoshi's Crafted World. So whenever I'm doing a review, I always try to start with the negatives and get them out of the way. Now, in all honesty, I haven't really got any negatives to say about this game. I absolutely love it. If I was going to try and find a negative, I wish it was a little bit longer. So it's roughly 7 to 10 hours. Now, there are plenty of extras to do on the game. And 7 to 10 hours for a platformer, I think that's about average. So that would be the one negative if I really had to find something, is that I wish the game was a little bit longer. One of my main concerns with the series was after Yoshi's Woolly World, I wasn't sure where Nintendo were going to take this series. They've obviously moved across from wool and now obviously are using other craft objects, and they've kept to that colourful, lively, imaginative sort of what we expect from Yoshi now. And it looks perfect, it looks beautiful, it plays really well, and they have really outdone themselves with this game. One of the best things about the game is the way you're able to change the ability level during the game. So if you're really struggling on a certain level, and as you can see from the gameplay, I had real difficulty on this one level, you're able to go into settings and change the difficulty level. And if you set it to easy mode, Yoshi gets a pair of wings, so you're able to fly through the level. So if you have a young child, or maybe you're someone who's a bit more seasoned to gaming, you have the ability that even if you are struggling, you can make it that little bit easier for yourself. Or like I say, if you're playing with your kids or nephews or nieces, you're able to make it that little bit easier for them so they can still enjoy the game without getting frustrated, but you still get to play the level and you can still really enjoy the level. So that's one of my favorite elements of the game. Another really cool element about the game is if you're struggling on certain levels, then you can wear costumes to give you some extra protection. And you basically use the coins that you've gained throughout the game, and then you spin a little wheel and you unlock different eggs, and inside those eggs are different costumes. So obviously it's just a fun element. You can obviously use it as sort of extra protection, like body armor, and then you can also use it just because it looks kind of funny, and it's there's loads of different ones to collect. So they range from obviously easy and then all the way up to super rare. So you can find different ones throughout the game. It's just another really fun way to kind of play the game and add a different element to the game. For any Yoshi fans, I think we've had a really great 5 years. We've had some fantastic new games. It's going to be interesting in the future whether Nintendo decide to stick with this craft route that they're currently on with Yoshi, or whether they decide to change it and just reinvent it again completely. I hope we don't get lots of just remakes, again, like we had back with Yoshi's Island. I'd really like to see them continue to bring new games out. But I think this is another fantastic game for anyone who's into platformers. It's a game I think every Switch owner should have. And I've just really had a lot of fun with the game. Maybe they'll bring out some DLC, or maybe we'll get Yoshi's Crafted World 2. But I'm really excited to see what the future holds. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.